Okay, so I want to talk to the new instructors out there that are getting their first student ever. So if you're a new instructor, there's a couple things that you need to get down whenever you pick up your student. Like one is going to be that you need to check his permit and his CDL. So we want to, or I mean his driver's license and his permit. So make sure that you're checking these to make sure that they're not going to expire, because I checked mine. So this week I checked my student's permit, and it was expiring in a couple days. So it expired on the first, and his hard copy came in, and so what it is the paper copy expired. The paper copy expired, and I had his hard copy mailed to my house. So I had it mailed to my house. That way I could get them out there and keep on driving and backing and stuff. So always double check their permits. That's one thing you want to do, is always double check their permits. Another thing is you're going to give them like the rules of your truck, and you're going to ask them, hey, is there anything that you have concerns with? So like pretty much I give my guys the rules in my truck pretty much like this. Like I'm all like, I'm going to talk about the three things that we're going to do, and it's the three parts of their test. I'm going to talk about pre-trip, and I'm going to tell them, hey, look, pre-trip is on you. Here's what I expect. I expect like the engine compartment to be done in 2 days. I expect the driver's side fuel area to be done in 1 day. I'm expecting the trailer to be done in about half a day because it's only a few parts, and then I'm expecting the coupling to be done that same day. Lights usually take about 2 days for people to learn. I don't know why it does. It's just a couple paragraphs in a 5x5, but it takes a while. And then the rest of the times, end cap, because you're gonna have a lot of problems with end cap. And I tell them to keep on studying this hard. So I get an outline of how their pre-trip should go. It should take about 7-8 days to do all your pre-trip. I tell them, if you're an overachiever, then you'll get it done faster. So it gives them that, man, I want to be an overachiever. I want to show my trainer that, like, I'm here to work and I'm going to do it quick. So they'll start getting to work on that. So next, I tell them about the training pad. I tell them, hey man, when we're out there training on the training pad, the backing and stuff like that, make sure you're not walking through anybody else's pad. You can get ran over. You know, it's not good. If you walk through a test pad, your student's gonna fail. Like that student's gonna fail his test, and you wouldn't like somebody to walk through your pad if you were testing, because you don't want to fail. So I go a little bit over the rules of the pad and a little bit over backing. So I tell them, hey, when we're out there backing, you're going to get frustrated. Just remember, we're learning right now. I'm expecting you to mess up. I'm expecting you to have problems. But the thing is, are we learning from the mistakes that we made? I tell them, hey, you're going to get frustrated out there, but just don't give up. You're going to get this. Like, you came this far to get your CDL. Like, you're going to finish this. You got the scariest part over, which is the bus ride to get here, or the rental car to get here, leaving the comfort of your own home to get here. So I'll tell them a little bit about the backing. Hey man, just be careful out there, you know, like don't get frustrated. Don't allow yourself to get so frustrated you're going to break down. Like, it's going to be frustrating. Just hang in there. You'll get it. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to help you. And then I tell them when we're driving, I talk about the driving, I tell them how important it is for driving safety. Like, I'm going to tell you everything you do wrong. I'm going to sound like I'm negative out there all the time. You're going to be like, man, you never say I do anything right. And that's because I want them to know that they could do this better, they could do that better. They need to watch their mirrors more. Like, I'm going to always be giving them tips and telling them where they're messing up so they can get better. And that's the goal in the driving, is being safety and getting better, making yourself better. So I tell them, hey, I'm telling you right now, like, I am strict on the drive. Like, I am bad strict. So I'm going to be real strict out there. I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong. So up front, they already know what to expect. Hey, pre-trip's on me. Backing sounds like it's going to be a little bit tough, but he said I'm going to get through it. And then drive, this guy's going to be on my case because all he's preaching is safety. So right there, they kind of know what to expect. I also, after I talk to them about stuff like that, I talk to them about where they sleep. Hey, you're going to be sleeping on top bunk. I don't want no shoes in the back of my truck. So when you get in my truck, take your shoes off at the door, at the front. See the mat in the floor? Show them where the mat is. I don't want no shoes past that mat. If they're past that mat, you're tracking in stuff into the bed area, the sleeper, where I don't want none of that. And I'll tell them about stuff like, hey man, when you buy a soda and you drink it and it's empty, it goes in either the trash bag to be taken to the trash, or the next time you step out the truck, you take it with you to the trash. So I expect them to keep the place clean. Cell phones. I will give them the rules on cell phones real fast. So I'll be like, hey, look, if the truck is running, and I don't care if you're in the passenger seat, truck is running, or our duty status is on duty, there's no phones because you're learning. So even if you're in the passenger seat and I'm driving, you still need to watch how I'm checking the mirrors, because I'm holding myself to the same standards that I hold you to. And I kind of joke with them, and I'm all like, I'll look over there at at them in the seat while I'm driving, and I'll be like, am I doing good, Mr. Instructor? And they'll start laughing, and I'll be like, am I checking my mirrors enough? I have a couple of them be like, oh, you're getting close to that curb. You're getting close to that curb. And is just kind of fun. So definitely, you can have fun with them, but you need to set the tone as you're the instructor and they're the student. Because if you come off too friendly and like we're best friends, it's going to be harder for you, because you're making a best friend out of your student right out the gate. Then they're going to be like, when you're like, hey, it's time for you to do pre-trip, they're going to be like, man, why is he tripping on pre-trip? He was all cool. We were hanging out, having a good time, and now he's just trying to tell me what to do. So like, you have to keep that, I'm the instructor and you're the student. So whenever I tell you to do something, you need to go do it. Having the roles there is going to be the biggest thing, though. Like setting the roles. Like in my truck, I'm all like, we're not going to use the bathroom in my truck. The restroom, I'm always going to be parked by a restroom where we can always stop. How often do you need to stop? Make sure you tell me you have to go to the restroom way before we get to that rest area or truck stop, or as soon as you feel like it. Don't try to hold it till the last minute, because as soon as you tell me you need to go to the restroom, I find the closest one. If it's 30 miles away, don't be like, oh, I'm doing the pee-pee dance already. And like, no, I need to know ahead of time. That way I can plan out where to stop so we can go use the restroom, maybe get something to eat. I need to know, like I tell them, hey, I need to know about any special conditions that you need to maybe stop more or use the restroom more, or anything like that, so I can plan ahead. Hey, every 2 hours we're going to stop for a restroom break. Hey, every 3 hours I can go. Can you make it the entire shift? Stuff like that. You need to get to know like what they need, like what they expect, what they're looking for. Hey, how often do you shower? Like I tell my students when we go over the road, I'm going to try to shower every night during PSD. I'm going to try to get us to shower every night. If there's no parking anywhere and we have to park at a rest area or something like that, then I'm sorry, we're going to probably not get a shower that day. But as soon as we get to one, we're going to hit the shower. Tell them a little bit about the showers. And like, this is all first time you meet them. Like, you got to find out this stuff. So you want to stay away from anything that's might be considered like any personal questions. You want to stay away from, because you don't want to get into their personal business. So like, you want to be more like a job interview type status. If you want to know if they're married, wait a while, they're going to tell you. because you're going to be driving around. You're going to be like, hey, what you do for fun? They're going to tell you what they do for fun. And then, like, they're going to start, like, it's a long time in a truck together. You're going to find out little bits and pieces of them the whole way. They're going to tell, by the end of PSD, you probably know half of their life story, because they run out of stuff to talk about, because they're not on their phone when they're behind the wheel. So they're driving, and they're like, man, I'm getting tired. I'm checking my mirrors. Man, I need someone to talk to. Hey, so what you do for fun? I'll be like, oh man, I play paintball. You know, I do this, I do that. I play video games. You know, I let them know some of that stuff that I do. And then they share their hobbies too, like hunting, fishing, you know, stuff like that. I mean, we can have a whole conversation about stuff like that. So they'll tell you whatever they want to tell you. Like, I get some people's life stories and I'm all like, whoa, this is like, I don't need to know all that. Let's just calm it down on that talk. Like, I don't need to know your whole life story, but it's nice to get to know you some. But talking to your student in that first meeting for the new instructors, that's the time to get out all of the rules and stuff like that. It'll answer a bunch of their questions and their concerns and stuff like that. And stopping to allow them to ask questions right there. And hey, do you have any concerns? What do you want to know? Stuff like that. I also prepare them for what we're going to do. Hey, we're going over the road. You need a pillow, blanket, sheets. Check out top bunk up there. You need pillows, blanket, sheets. For the showers, make sure you get you a pair of shower shoes, like some cheap sandals from Walmart. They work great. Just something that your bare feet ain't on the bathroom floor in there, because there's a lot of gross stuff in the bottom of the showers. Like, I don't even know what's in there. Some kind of diseases are crawling around in there. So make sure that they know, hey, personal hygiene. You know, you don't want to be walking on those floors, because, you know, you might catch something on your feet, and then whenever you go get your feet soaked at the nail salon, those women in there are going to be like, oh, what is this? Yeah, I got to have some nice feet. Like, I don't want those ladies in there talking about how horrible my feet are, and they don't want to do my feet because they're horrible, because I got some kind of athlete's foot that's incurable, or flesh-eating disease on my foot. You know, it's something. But letting them know what you expect out of them is going to help out, and letting them know kind of like, hey, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need this. Also, how much, like, I always let them know, hey, all of your stuff's going on top bunk with you at the foot of the bed. It's all going up there. I'm not walking around your suitcases. It's all going up there with you. So whatever you brought, up there. If you have a cabinet for them, hey, that's your cabinet, fill it up. If you let them use your refrigerator, you need to tell them. If you don't want them using your cell phone chargers or your plugs in your outlet over there, like, let them know, hey, you're not using that, don't use that. You can use that one, or you can plug it in here and leave your phone on the floor to get it charged. And, you know, what you expect is what you expect for your truck. It's your rules, but it sets down a foundation of what you want. But, you know, that's just for you new instructors out there that are just starting out, learning how to talk to a student and how to, like, lay down the foundation, because where you build the foundation is where your student's gonna rise up. So definitely have a good foundation there. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new to it. Hit the like button. Leave some comments on what you may do in your truck. What's some of your roles in your truck that I might have left out, or some things that you might tell your student during the first meeting that I wouldn't think about. I'm always looking for new stuff. Knowledge is power. So I'm putting my phone number down in the description. It's 417-894-8089. So it's going to be down in the description. I'm going to put it at the end of the video. You know, just in case anyone has any comments or needs to say something or calls me or texts me, the best is going to be a text message, because I work really well off a text message. I don't work well off of phone calls because I'm super busy, so I might be in the middle of something with my student. I can't answer. Like, text me, and then as soon as I see it, I'll get back with it. You call me, I might send it to voicemail and then forget to even check my voicemail. So definitely leave me text messages. Well, thanks for watching the video, and like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be around. JO, that's COXDJO. If you need to get a hold of me, use my phone number, shoot me a text. It's 417-8948